Buenos dias, mi gente, and welcome back to another episode. What we're doing today is we're going to be talking about Immigrant Finance School and essentially what Immigrant Finance School is, who operates this and why, what the course will teach you along the way and along your journey to becoming an investor and going from surviving to thriving. As a quick disclosure, I want to mention that I am not a licensed professional and this is not investment advice. What I would do is different than what maybe you would do. So first of all, I'd like to say thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate you guys being on here with me and taking the time to listen and to go through the Miguel Talks Money show with me, because I've done a lot of different shows and I think this one's just easier said than done. It's just easier to just have this name and be able to be transparent with you guys, and you guys talk to me and I talk to you. So today we're covering how investing for immigrants is, how it's been made easier for families. If you have family that's immigrated here or you are an immigrant yourself, this might be a few good strategies that will help you go from surviving to thriving. Previously, my mom and I moved here from Colombia. I moved here when I was 5. She worked, she got a job, she did everything. I was in school. We struggled for a little bit. We did some just really anything to do to make money. I mowed lawns. I usually used other people's lawnmowers to mow the lawns. She went to work, she worked in a factory, and it was a struggle bus. She worked there for like 8 years. Not one person told her that, hey, you should invest into your 401k. You are not a citizen, but you have an ITIN. You have a working number, tax identification number, that allows you to work and to be able to invest your money. Little did she know that she could do that anytime, but she didn't do that. She should have, but nobody told her. So that's where immigrant finance comes into play. Fast forward to early 2021, I began searching for people with similar interests in business. And that's when I stumbled upon the one and only Immigrant Finance podcast on Spotify. I was like, whoa, I saw the word finance, I saw the word immigrant, and I'm like, whoa, hey, that's me. So I hopped onto it, I listened to it. I heard Adina talking and I was like, dang, this is sweet. I went to Instagram, found them, clicked that little follow button right there. Next thing you know, in my inbox, Adina and Mauricio, they're like, hey, thanks for following. Thanks for listening along to the podcast. And I'm like, you're welcome. And we got to talking, exchanging Zoom, and we eventually got on a Zoom meeting. We talked about how I'm like in the life insurance game, and I'm also working with a financial advisor, and how I've been working on becoming an investment advisor representative, XYZ, how she's working on becoming an accredited financial counselor, and how she's an immigration lawyer. And we're just like, wow, okay, you guys need help. So eventually she told me like, yo, we need help. This might be something that you would be really good at talking to people that are looking at that are interested in the course. Once we aligned our values, it was easy money from there. We aligned values. I figured out that they're a great company, and they help tons and tons of Spanish speakers and immigrants and first generation students who are just graduating or young professionals, and the course is amazing. So let me get into it real quick and show you guys a couple of the things that the course covers. The first thing is you're going to want to learn how to create your budget, and they use the 50-30-20 rule. You can use whatever rule that you want, but you want to start off by at least having something, having your money out in front of you, having your budget, your monthly income. What you can do here is seek help from a professional if you want it, or if you have the guts and you're willing to learn a little bit, you can do it yourself through the course. It's worth it at a certain age. If you have millions of dollars and you have trusts involved in estate planning, you need an accountant, a CPA helping you and all that, definitely work with a professional. But if you have like less than $1 million, you're gonna want to probably at least just be investing somewhere in yourself, whether that's in your employer sponsored plan, you're like a 401k or a 403b, or you want to start your own Roth at least, which is a tax-free account, and I'll get into all these different terminologies throughout the course. So the next thing is, if you put in the work and you do it yourself, if you want to learn the basics, it will help you. Third point that I want to make there is that you start with a rule like this, and the rule goes as follows. 50% of your money goes for your needs, all of your basic needs. 30% will go for your wants, and 20% will go into your savings. I do it a little bit differently. You can do it a little differently yourself, change the percentages that you want to put into each bucket, but start with those three. The 50% for needs, 30% for wants, and the 20% for just you. How I do it is I switch the 30 and the 20. I do 50% for my needs, 30% for paying off debt and savings, and the 20% is for my having fun, my spend money. I sacrifice a little bit more than other people do, but that's just because I have a goal and I'm trying to get there quicker. So do it how works best for you. And if you want, you can go to my YouTube and I'll put the video in here somewhere, and you can watch the video on how to create a budget, which is kind of what I started at. The second thing, you learn how to start investing, because once you get your budget, you learn your budget, you learn how much money you have, you learn how much money you can put towards investing or not towards investing, or other paying off debts, or however you want to do it. The second thing is you learn how to start investing. And after budgeting, you'll be able to get going. And once you get to module 9 of this course, that's when it really gets into the depths of how to start investing into the stock market and what you want to look for, where you want to put your money, whether you put it in Vanguard, Fidelity, Charles Schwab, doesn't matter. Low index funds is what they recommend, and what a lot of people recommend, which is the easiest if you're just starting out, in my opinion. Do the research yourself and see if that's what you want to do. So as I mentioned kind of in the beginning too, that if you want to invest but you don't have a social security card, you're not a citizen, you can start using an ITIN. And ITIN users are able to at least open up a bank account, get a credit card if they need to, they can then start opening up an index fund, and at least that'll get you going, get you started. And that's all explained in module 9 of the Immigrant Finance course. The third thing is you get the tools that you need to reach your goals. So you've understood budgeting, you understand how to start investing. Now you can really start aligning that. How much money do I want to retire by age 40? Typically the retirement age is 64, 65, somewhere around there here in the US. If you want to do that by 40, you're gonna have to put a lot more money, you're gonna have to sacrifice a lot more time, which is totally cool. You know what I mean? But you have to go over the basics. You have to start with the basics and you'll work your way there. Here are a few examples to think about while you go through the course, and to think about while you're doing it, what you want to do, what your goal is. You could be trying to pay off debt. You could be trying to save money for your kids' college. You could be trying to buy a house. You could be trying to pay off a car. You could be trying to start a business, or you could be trying to buy, I already said buy a home. You want to do any of those? You budget for it. You budget for it, you invest for it, you save for it, you go from surviving to thriving. It's not a complicated process. If you need help, there's different ways you can get help. You can have group coaching calls where you'll be one-on-one with other people and you can have conversations. Or if you don't have the time, you're saying, Miguel, I don't really have time to do a course like that. I want to learn how to invest, but I don't have the time to be putting in 3-4 hours every single day. There's a self-study course. You go at your own pace. You go at what works best for you, when it works best for you. You schedule the time, you discipline yourself to that, and you'll learn and you'll get there, and it's going to change the trajectory of your life. Guaranteed. Like I said, it's going to take a couple hours, but if you schedule some time in there, you'll figure it out. And it's very worth it. The price of it is very worth the peace of mind, because this isn't like paying for a college class and then you hope you get a good return on your investment. No. You're going to put your money into it, and you're going to get your money out of it tenfold, because you'll see the numbers as they're adding up. You'll see how they're working as the years go. There's an investment calculator that you can play with, and you can see how long it will take you for compound interest to really start working and start kicking in. It's impressive. If you have questions, click the link in below and schedule a time to chat with me, schedule a time to get on a call. And if you liked it, if you got value from this, hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button. Wow. And we will chat later. Happy Monday, man. Go kill it.